Hello and welcome back to episode 13 of the Julii Very Hard campaign. We have some very exciting things happening in the world right now. First off, Marcus Victor is on his way to try to finish off the Greeks at Pergamum. This is their capital, and I believe it's their last city. I've looked around. It doesn't look like any other cities are under their control. So hopefully in the next turn or two, we'll make it to Pergamum, and we can finish off the Greeks. That also puts us in direct proximity to Pontus. They have several pretty decent-sized armies, and looks like the Bruttii are about to take Nicomedia, so war with Pontus seems inevitable. We are also right next to Captain Kaya of the Egyptians, who we're already at war with, so there's a good chance that they're going to try and go for Sardis, potentially next turn. We have a army of reinforcements under the command of Captain Caius down here by Halicarnassus that is meant to be going up to reinforce Marcus Victor, but we may need to use them for defending Sardis if Captain Kaya tries to attack Sardis. So we'll just have to see what happens in this part of the world. We don't even know if we're going to be at war with Pontus. They may get pushed back by the Bruttii without us having to even get involved, but definitely we are trying to pick up Pergamum if possible. It's a nice big city. It's a port city on the Mediterranean, so definitely there's a lot of money to be made at Pergamum. In northern Africa, Luca Astorius has finally made it back up north to get some reinforcements from Carthage. He's going to stop in Carthage for one turn, get some repairs on the units that have taken a beating, and pick up some troops from Carthage, and then he's going to head out to hopefully pick up Cirta from the Numidians. In Palma, we've been building up troops for the same purpose. We're retraining some Hastati right now and training some more Hastati to send next turn down to reinforce at either Cirta or up to start taking on the Spanish. We haven't decided yet, but we'll figure out next turn what we want to do with that army based on how much of an army we have with Luca Astorius once he's done in Carthage. And I've been thinking about possible strategies for how I want to take on the Numidians and the Spanish. And I have had kind of an idea, and it's been spurred on by the fact that we can now train quinqueremes at Arretium. And quinqueremes are really scary boats. They will knock out most other types of boat. They can bat away like 4 or 5 biremes, several triremes at a time. They're very good. So now that I can build quinqueremes, a part of me wants to train up a couple of them, and for example, for my Conquest of Numidia, just use one quinquereme at each of their ports to blockade them, and then get one at each of the ports of the Spanish and blockade their ports there. And in that way, just completely prevent any movement of armies between Spain and North Africa, potentially coming to attack Palma. It will give us more control over this whole region so we don't have to worry about moving troops around on this weak little fleet with just a couple of biremes. And while that would be kind of an expensive endeavor, I think each of them costs like 1,100 denarii to train and 250 upkeep per turn. I'm kind of thinking it might be worth it because if we have a strong navy, it'll obviously be useful for fighting the Numidians and the Spanish, but after that, it would be useful for when we eventually have to fight the Romans. So it's a strategy, it's an idea. I don't know if it's in the budget right now, but it's definitely something I'm thinking about. Because if we could get complete control over this half of the Mediterranean, Spain, Northern Africa, eventually the Gaul ports, we could totally have control over this region, make it easier to take this region, and then when we do need to fight the Romans, we can just blockade Carolus when they finally get a port there, Lilybaeum, Syracuse, Messana, Croton, Tarentum, Capua, and Rome, and then a couple of these Greek cities, and they would have no ability to move their armies around. So if we killed an army at Tarentum, they would not be able to bring reinforcements from Greece, or vice versa. So that's something to think about if our economy turns around significantly, and it feels like it is turning around. We've gotten a couple of wonders that have helped with our economy. We've started to establish a lot of sea trade, so things are ticking up as far as income. But I at least do want to try and get one quinquereme going in Arretium. If we're going to put this plan into action, it's not going to be overnight. We don't have dockyards in every port. I think we only really have one of them in Arretium. So let's just build one, see if it's useful, and see if this plan sticks. In northern Italy, we have Lucius Julius, who is up here with a relatively small army camping on this bridge next to Mediolanium, and Captain Cacumatus is bringing probably 11 units of warband from the Alps to try and take Mediolanium back. So we've got some reinforcements on the way. Lucius Julius may have enough in his army. Definitely if this army tries to attack him here on this bridge, that will be plenty. But if we need to go and defend Mediolanium, we'll need to wait for reinforcements before we start that battle, just because we don't have much strength here. But after Captain Gnaeus and Captain Numerius bring a couple units of reinforcements, should be a little little bit better. We'll also send some Principes over from Patavium, most likely. Maybe we could do that now. Could we get 1 unit of Principes out? Yeah. We'll bring that over with Captain Numerius. So next turn we'll have a good amount of strength in this army to defend against Captain Cacumatus. We've also sent Manius Julius across this river towards Massilia. He looks like he's got a pretty flimsy army, but with all these war dogs, he could take most armies. Maybe not quite Diviacus of Aduatucorum, but I think, honestly, if we got him onto this bridge, he may be able to defend against attack from Diviacus of Aduatucorum. So next turn, once his move points renew, we should be able to move down to this bridge next to Massilia. I would like to get Massilia if possible, but obviously I don't want to lose Manius Julius to Diviacus of Aduatucorum, because he's a very good general. At this point, probably one of our best generals, especially defending, with Great Defender for +4 command. But yeah, I feel pretty confident about Manius Julius as long as he's fighting on a bridge. He's very good at fighting on bridges. So that is the plan for how we're going to slowly push forward and pick up Massilia, and then eventually Lugdunum, and just slowly start chipping away at the Gauls, so we're not just in this stagnant war forever, where no progress is ever made. Last but not least, we have Decius Julius squaring up with Captain Diazelmus of the Thracians. It's a pretty decent army, but they do have a lot of mercenaries here, a lot of militia hoplites. They don't have a general, so we probably would win this battle if we started it, but I'm just a little bit nervous about fighting Captain Diazelmus. We don't have that much strength, and what we do have, we might not be able to easily retrain. Like Principes, at Salona, we can't even build Hastati, so any casualties we take with Decius Julius's army, we won't be able to heal. We'll have to send them back to Italy for repairs. So I need to decide right now if I want to start this battle with Captain Diazelmus. I mean, I would prefer that he just run away, but realistically, he's probably not going to. Where's that other army? There was another army of the Thracians. I don't see them. Let's give one more turn for Captain Diazelmus to retreat, and if he doesn't, we might just start this battle and try and take him out so we can start pushing towards Bylazora. Because I do want to get some of this land so that the Brutii don't have an unchecked path for advancing north. We kind of want to block them off on the north and the south. We've blocked off the south fairly well, but if we're able to take Bylazora and Tylus, then really the Brutii would have nowhere to expand except in through the north, through Nicomedia and into Pontus, which would be very awkward for them because their capital is at Tarentum or Croton. So, oh, actually they've moved their capital to Apollonia. Interesting. I don't know, maybe I should just fight this army. Let me take a look. Let me queue up this battle and see if they're willing. They're not even willing to fight. Where are you going? Okay, interesting. They're giving us access to the high ground here. So let me get up on this hill, and I want to start this battle and see... I want to see what kind of high ground we have, because we do have a lot of missile troops, and they don't have really any. I mean, they have a unit and a half of Peltas and some mercenary Peltas. What do they have here? Oh, okay, all of their mercenaries are really battered. These first... well, this Basterni, these Hoplites, these mercenary Peltas, these Thracians, and these Folksmen, these militia Hoplites, and these Peltas are all so battered that they would break really easily. So yes, they do have probably 7 or 8 solid units of infantry, but I think we would still win this, especially with our general and the morale bonus from him. Decius Julius does have Gloomy for -1 morale, but he has 2 stars of command, so that would offset it. So still, I think we do have an advantage here. We've got more men, we have better quality troops, and we should have the high ground. So let's just see if we can win this battle. If we could win this convincingly, it would be really nice so we could start making progress towards Bylazora. Okay, how much high ground do we have? Okay, not really the side of a mountain that we were promised. But this isn't bad. This is pretty decent high ground. So let's draw up our units here. Now, hopefully they don't run all the way to the high ground over there. But let's draw up a couple of Principes here. Draw up our Hastati on the flanks. And we'll get some Illyrians right behind the front line. Get some archers right here on this flank. Some Principes to guard this side right over here. A couple more archers here, which we will put just over with the other archers so we don't lose track of them. Some Basterni can guard this flank. Some more Illyrians can go over here behind the front line. Cavalry will have our 2 units of heavy cavalry that are not my primary general just over on a flank. And then I'll get my general right behind the front line for morale. We'll get some war dogs over on this flank. And let's start the battle, see what they do. They're most likely not going to want to fight, but I'm going to give them a second, see if they want to push up towards us. That would be ideal for me. Let's go ahead and put on fire at will for all of my heavy infantry. Guard mode, yes. For my Illyrians, let's turn off skirmish mode, turn on guard mode. Same with my archers. Turn off skirmish, turn on guard. And it looks like they might be charging into us, which would be really good. Yeah, we're in range with this unit of archers, so they're going to get some shots on probably these Thracians. Yeah, they were the first to come into range, so they're getting shot. That's a decent target, but let's shoot at the hoplites. They're going to be the most important thing to weaken. If we could hit some Falksmen, that would be nice. Hoplites and Falksmen are going to be what we want to shoot. They don't have a lot of armor. They should take a good amount of damage from archers, although they do have nice big shields. But okay, archers are just going to work on them. These Peltas might come up and try and exchange missiles with my Principes, but my Principes will have a shot far before they do because we have the high ground. Let's speed this up a little bit. Get off a good amount of our ammunition. What are we down to here? Down to 96 on this unit of hoplites. So let's reassign these archers. We want to weaken several units so they all break pretty easily. So let's send our archers over to this flank, and we'll move these Illyrians over where the archers were. And then we will have my archers take a shot at maybe these Thracians. Yeah, they're going to be in range. But they may get hit by Pila, honestly. Yeah, they're going to charge into range and get hit by Pila, which is going to do a lot of damage. They're at 160 now. They are downhill. They are turning their backs on us. Yeah, it looks like we missed a good amount of Pila there, but we still did 32 damage to them. Not a good decision there. Oh, these Falksmen are in range of my archers. Let's get my archers here to shoot at those Falksmen. These archers can shoot at these Falksmen. Well, no, we've got a shot with the Pila, so let's shoot at these hoplites. These full-strength hoplites, that's a good unit to weaken with my archers. This unit of Falksmen broke right away when they charged into my Hastati, so no reason to shoot at them. They took about 90 casualties in that charge. So, okay, are we shooting? Yeah, okay, we're throwing some Pila at them. That's fine. We've already killed 18% of the enemy. All right, who do we have a shot at? Still firing at these hoplites. Let's speed it up. Let them fire some more shots. And they can't flee this battle. They are stuck in this battle because they've already used their one flee. They tried to leave the battle and not fight at all. So they are stuck here. They cannot run. My general just fully charged without any orders to do that. So that's weird. I mean, it says that they can do that, but it's very rare that it actually happens. I mean, he broke the Falksman here, so it worked. But that is super rare that you actually see that happen, where he was all the way up here. He was all the way on this flank, and he charged all the way down. So we're going to let him try and kill the enemy commander here, just because it'll hurt the morale of the enemy. And then he can chase down some fleeing troops. Not a bad idea. And then over here, this unit of Thracians broke, fighting against the Stadi uphill, obviously. They're going to take some shots from probably the Illyrians as they run. And yeah, this army has fallen apart. These hoplites are running into range of Pila. They broke right away. Yeah, this is not going well for any of the enemy, really. Let's chase down some of these Peltas with my general. And can we... what do we want to do? Let's get some shots on these hoplites down here on the low ground. Just weaken them up a little bit. Alright, let's check on my general. Still just chasing people down. Looks like these mercenary Peltas are trying to charge into my general. No reason for them to be able to do that. Just chase down people that are fleeing. At this point, we can start committing infantry, though. Well, actually, yeah, throw some Pila in. There you go. May as well. Kill a couple of these fleeing Peltas, and then let's just start charging these hoplites. They are all weakened. They're going to take whatever Pila we have left, and they're going to flee very easily. So it's usually a bad idea to charge into hoplites, but in this case, it's going to work out fine. We're going to turn on these mercenary Peltas that have been chasing us for a while. Just get some kills on them. They're not broken yet, but they'll break easily. They're split into two halves here. So there's probably only like 40 here. Yeah, they all die in the first charge. And then we'll charge into this other half of the unit. They're wavering. Beautiful. Let's check on the infantry. How are they doing? So they are fighting to the front of prepared hoplites, but they're so weak that they're all breaking. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice, easy victory. Let's get my generals in here to hunt down the remaining fleeing troops. This unit that's all the way back here, go for these people fleeing out the furthest. And then we will just speed this up, let them chase down everyone who's fleeing off the battlefield. Beautiful. Don't let anyone escape. All right, so we killed 98% of the enemy. We took 2% casualties. We lost, looks like 52 men, and we killed 1,491 of them. Very good, nice and easy. And the high ground made all the difference. So I'm glad that I didn't just engage them like down here where we were originally planning to engage them. Now, let's start marching towards this bridge, and we'll just march over this bridge, and hopefully maybe we can take Bylazora. I'm glad we didn't take any significant casualties to our Principes because, like I mentioned, they'll be really difficult to repair, so we're still basically at full operating strength here. And I actually just found Captain Mukaboris over here past the bridge. If we could just get to this bridge and then maybe fight him on the bridge, that'd be ideal, but we do have a much better army than Captain Mukaboris here, so we can probably just fight him even if we're not on a bridge, and that would still be an easy battle. I want Decius Julius to get a little bit better. Wish we could get rid of Gloomy. It's such an annoying trait. Okay, let's go ahead and end this turn, see what happens. Okay, looks like the Egyptians are attacking us. Captain Kakumatis is attacking us at Mediolanium, so we'll need to grab some reinforcements. Ooh, I didn't think they could reach us at this bridge. Okay. Diviacus of Dutucorum is attacking Manius Julius at this bridge. I thought he wouldn't have enough move points to actually start the battle. So let's retreat. He can't follow us across the bridge. We do not want to fight unless we're defending a bridge because that's how the army is built. Another ceasefire with Spain? Yes. They keep doing this. They keep getting a ceasefire with us and then betraying us, and I don't know why. It's really annoying. Okay, this is probably going to be a loss. We're outnumbered here by these pirates. Yes, that was a loss. We'll try and get that fleet into Palma for repairs. Let me do that first thing. Yes, we can get into Palma. And the army here is at full strength, so let's go ahead and repair these biremes, build one more unit of Astadi here. And let's go through our announcements real quick, and then we'll take a look at what's going on as far as us being invaded by the Gauls. So, diplomatic information. SPQR is now at war with Egypt. We're at a ceasefire with Spain. Pontus and Greece have a ceasefire as well, which is very interesting. We're not quite going to be able to take Pergamum this turn. That's interesting. We will have to defend against Captain Kaya as well. And Egypt is so annoying. They have chariots, they have Nile spearmen, desert axemen with good experience. Oh god, okay. Take a look at our construction report. At Segesta, we got a large temple of Ceres. Let's work on the population here in Segesta. We'll build public baths, get that health bonus going up a little bit. That should help with our population growth rate as well. Yep, that'll go up 0.5%. At Batavium, we completed our army barracks. So we could start building Triarii, but that means soon, once we get past the Marian reforms, we'll be able to build decent quality legionaries here, which is really nice. Let's build highways through Batavium. I always like Batavium to have cutting-edge road infrastructure because it allows for moving quickly through such a big piece of land. And I don't know, I feel like it's an important piece of land if ever we need to defend Juvavum or Segestiga, or just move troops around in general. At Sparta, we completed a market. Should we build an armorer here? Do we have an armorer in this part of the world? Maybe let's work on population growth rate in southern Greece. We want to get these cities nice and big for when we do have to fight the other Roman factions. So we'll build public baths in Sparta. At Palma, we completed a shipwright. That's useful. Let's go for some sewers. That's a really quick way to get 0.5% population growth rate bonus. Just 2 turns, it's pretty cheap. At Halicarnassus, we completed our Temple of Jupiter. Let's go ahead and build a barracks here. We need to be able to train decent quality troops because we're going to be getting attacked by the Egyptians a lot. So we'll build a barracks at Halicarnassus. We found a Greek agent at Sardis, but he escaped. So we're still at war with them, and they know that we're coming for them. Understandable. Ooh, wow, popularity was gained with the Senate. The senators of Rome have a much improved opinion of your achievements and now look favorably upon you, most of the time. Still not that great, but we're pretty popular with the people. Compared to the other factions, definitely. Let's take a look at our end of turn report. Profited 327, that is not bad. And we were besieged at Mediolanium and at Sardis. So, okay. Are we confident in moving on to attack Pergamum with Marcus Victor? Are we confident that we're not going to lose Sardis? Let's take a look at this army here. This is a pretty decent army. Let's park this army right next to Sardis. I'm not sure if I want to start this fight. Oh, Pharaoh's bowmen. I am so scared of the Egyptians. Pharaoh's bowmen are so good. They are long-range bowmen. They have phalanxes, they have chariots, they have axemen. Oh man, we need some reinforcements. Okay, let's bring over these Principes and these archers if I can spare them from Rhodes. They're not too happy with me. Can I just queue up a bunch of peasants to get public order under control? That only gets us to 60%. We'll have to leave one unit behind here. Okay, that's plenty. Can I unqueue some of these? No, I need all of those units queued. Okay. So these 3 units of Principes and these archers can get on Admiral Galerius's fleet. We will drop them off over at Halicarnassus, and we'll start bringing them over to help defend Sardis. With 4 more units, I think we should be able to handle this. And let's just try to get to Pergamum as quickly as possible. So we're going to use this unit of Equites to start the siege of Pergamum, and then we're gonna bring all of our infantry and cavalry in. Our siege equipment is not gonna be able to reach this army, so we need them to stay safe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a fort right here. Yes, this is a waste of 500 denarii, but it's worth it to not lose an onager and 2 units of ballistas here just by having them hang out by themselves. So we're going to park them inside of this fort, bring Marcus Victor inside of this army besieging Pergamum, and then we will bring our siege equipment in next turn to actually take Pergamum. In the meantime, do we want sap points? Maybe sap points would be useful. I'm trying to think, do we want to use siege towers? I mean, we could use siege towers and try and use the missiles on top to do some damage to the defenders. I think that's probably better than sap points. We'll do 3 siege towers, maybe 6 if we end up having enough time to build them. We're going to leave this part of the world for now. We might yet attack Captain Kaya here with Captain Caius, but I need to have a nice long think about that. And I don't think we're going to end up trying to attack them this turn, because this is just a little bit too scary. If they didn't have the long-range archers, I would think about it, but we don't have any good counter for the chariots or for the long-range archers, because they can just build a wall of Nile spearmen, put their Pharaoh's bowmen behind them, and just totally rip apart our Roman archers. We need to think before we attack this army. Let's go ahead and move Decius Julius further into Thrace. We'll move Gaius Liberius, my diplomat, around just to use him a bit as a spy, just see what's going on in this part of the world. Okay, so the Thracians are not doing really anything to defend the northern pass here. So we can march all the way 1 turn away from Bylazora. And let's see what they have here. They've got some levy pikemen, they've got an army and a pretty decent garrison in Bylazora. Any chance this is easily bribable? No. Okay. Didn't think so. I don't have that much money. But next turn, I mean, maybe they'll come up and attack us. That would be nice, because we're kind of in a mountain pass here. But if not, we'll maybe besiege Bylazora next turn. We'll see. I think we have enough strength for that. I love seeing all these intersecting trade routes. This is where we're going to start making a lot of money. Let's bring Luca Astorius inside of Carthage, and we'll need to swap in the units that we want repairs on. And let me actually real quick see, does Carthage have an armor or anything? No, it doesn't even have a blacksmith, so we don't need to bring any troops in for retraining other than just increasing the number of units there. So we can bring these Equites and Principes inside of Carthage, and let's go ahead and retrain those 4 units. We'll build a unit of Equites, and I think we'll have enough strength to go attack the Numidians after that. Let's take a look at Captain Kakumatis here. We're gonna pretend like we're coming out to attack him just to see his army. Lots of warband, no general, no missile troops. Okay, they have 1 unit of skirmisher warband, so it's not the best army, but they have 2,000 troops. So let's bring in some reinforcements for Lucius Julius here. Okay, I think at this point he could win that battle. Let's bring together these barbarian cavalry mercenaries, have one nice strong unit. And next turn we will go up to defend Mediolanium. He doesn't have any siege equipment yet, so he can't attack Mediolanium at the end of this turn. But next turn we will relieve Mediolanium. Let's get Manius Julius onto this bridge so that if Diviacus of Aduatucorum tries to attack again, he'll have to at least fight across a bridge with 5 units of war dogs, 2 decent units of barbarian mercenaries, a ton of morale. Never count out Manius Julius defending a bridge battle. I think we could win that. So, I mean, it doesn't look like it, but I think we could win it just from the advantage of defending a bridge. So I guess the last thing we need to decide before we end this turn is, do we free Sardis or not? I think not, because Captain Luca can make it all the way up to Captain Caius next turn. So there's really no reason that we would start this battle without 4 more units of reinforcements. It's not like they can start the battle this turn. They don't have any siege equipment. And I don't think we would win that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is to speak to the Greeks before I besiege them. I might want to speak to them. Because that's currently my Senate mission, isn't it? It is. This may seem a little crazy, but I'm going to actually cancel this siege, which means we're not going to be able to besiege them this turn, so we're not going to be able to have siege towers. But we also really don't need siege towers because we have so much siege equipment. So let me talk to the Greeks real quick, and let's just see if we can do anything. Just give them 100 denarii as a gift. Oh my god, they won't even accept that. Map information? Okay, they will not agree to talk about anything, so I guess we can't complete that mission. Oh well. We'll just continue building siege towers then. That's fine. We were able to besiege them again. Yeah, there's nothing we can do to finish that mission if they won't even accept a gift of 100 denarii. So, whatever. Okay, I think we're ready to end this turn. Nothing else we need to take care of. Yes, let's go ahead and end this turn. Okay, we're being attacked at Lepkus Magna by an Egyptian, and we're being attacked by Diviacus of Aduatucorum at this bridge. This is the most bridge battle of all time. They have 3,100 men. We have 756. But how good are you? You're fine. 2 stars of command. We have 9 stars of command with Manius Julius. +1 morale from local hero. He's very good. Our morale is going to be super strong, except for obviously barbarian mercenaries are pretty horrible. But we have war dogs on our side and we are defending a bridge. This, we should 100% lose, but I can almost always pull off something. I guess this is the most extreme odds I've ever faced at a bridge. I'm going to try it. If we can survive the initial couple of seconds and cause 1 break, we will win. Otherwise, I mean, obviously, we're outnumbered 4-1. So if our units instantly break, I'm not going to be shocked. But okay, let's get our mercenaries up here. We want them drawn up, kind of how they're going to be drawn up when they get up to the bridge. And let's get our dogs up here. We really don't have as many as we used to, unfortunately. Let's get my general up here. He's going to need to be very close. Okay, let's get my barbarian mercenaries to right here and right here. Does that look good? Yes. Get my general to right here, and then war dogs run up into position right here. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about this. Oh boy. My troops are not going to be feeling great about this. Let's war cry. Release the dogs. Fight. And let's take a look at the morale of my barbarian mercenaries. We want to make sure that no one's going to break. Okay, we still have that advantage from being in a bridge battle of good morale at the front. The dogs are getting involved. We shouldn't be taking too many casualties. Okay, my troops are still eager. 1 break of the enemies. Now can we kill this general with the dogs? That is the big question. If we can kill this general, we will win. If we can't, we might lose. Let's get my general as close as possible to my block of infantry here. Now that they're no longer in that V, they will have slightly worse morale fighting up here. But hopefully the dogs are doing most of the work. Just kill this general. Come on. Just kill this general. Shaken. Okay, come on. Steady. If they go to wavering, I'm going to use rally troops. Eager. We're still not breaking the enemy. We still haven't killed the enemy general. We're starting to take casualties on my barbarian mercenaries. Come on, kill that general. I mean, we're making progress across the bridge. General's dead. Come on, here we go. Everyone's breaking. Okay, we did it. Are we about to kill 3,000 troops? Oh my goodness. See? This guy is some defender, huh? 2 units of barbarian mercenaries and some war dogs are gonna kill 3,000 men. Boom, we win. Now we just need to chase down enough of the enemy to make them all disband, which is gonna be difficult because we don't have that much room to chase them down in. Come on, get up here, General. I'm gonna sprint him to the front here. Just try and get him to run down as many as possible. Come on. We're up to 69% of the enemy. Very nice. We want to get to 85%. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. Come on. 71%. Okay, come on, you got this. They're not really fully attacking these units because I'm trying to get it ahead of the remainder of the infantry. But they are going to do some damage as they just pass through. Up to 72%. Okay. Sprint. Get up there. Okay, chase down these skirmisher warband. Okay, fight these skirmisher warband here. Turn on the remaining troops here and just try and cut down as many as possible. Get to right here. Try and stop the people that are fleeing. Come on. Okay. Get these ones. Get these ones. Get over here. Dogs are turning on this unit. They're helping out. Good. Get this one. Beautiful. Okay. How many did we kill? 88%. All right, we lost 75 barbarian mercenaries. Did we get any experience? We got some experience from Manius Julius. Okay, not a bad battle. I think they might have disbanded completely. Yeah, that was brutal. Okay, oh, interesting. Okay, so we are being attacked by Captain Scarce, which means they took all the troops out of Bylazora, and they just want to fight Decius Julius here. No general is brave. If we win this battle decisively and they all die, we will take Bylazora easily. All right, Decius Julius, are you up to this? You feeling gloomy today, or are you gonna pull this off? So we have a lot of Peltas, which is good because we have a lot of cavalry, so they can chase them down pretty easily. They have a couple of units of phalanx pikemen, which are really scary. Attack of 10, defense of 14. They have very long spears, so they're gonna be basically impenetrable from the front. So we kind of want to just leave them for last. 3 units? How many do they have? 3 units of them. We just need to cause a break with all of the missile troops and then try and use my missiles against their phalanxes. And I don't know, maybe we can pull this off. Oh my. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rome Total War Gods. Look at this mountain pass that we're in. This is what I was hoping for. A lot of times you go into a mountain pass and it's kind of just this piddly little hill. This is a mountain pass. Okay. We are going to be on ultra high ground, which means we're going to do massive damage and have way longer range with our missile troops. Now, which side is more extreme of an angle? Oh my god. This might be even more extreme, but is this right up against, no, this isn't right up against the barrier. We might want to be right here. Which side is better? I think this side is better because we can be on top of the hill fighting on this little ridge right here, where on the other side the ridge is really narrow. So let's drop as close to right here as possible. We want to drop in a line facing this direction because hopefully the enemy will spawn at the bottom here and then they will try to kind of line up opposite my army and be all the way down on the low ground here, and then we can just throw missiles down from above. So let's drop a front line right here, which is crazy. Jeez. So, you know, beyond just being able to throw missiles from literally a mile in the air. When they get up here, they're going to be so exhausted from running uphill that they are not going to be fit to fight. Okay, any other infantry that we need to put up here? Yes, we've got another unit here. And what else we got down there? This unit of Principes can hang out right here. They're going to throw some missiles down as well. And then one more unit of Principes, which can guard this flank. We'll push them up this way when we need to. We've got some Illyrians or some Basterni over here as well to guard this flank, because there is a chance that they spawn at the top of the hill and they just push in right here, but hopefully they won't. And then we'll get some Illyrians right here. We'll probably honestly put them actually in front of my Hastati and my Principes. And then my archers can also hang out on this hill. We want them to get all of their shots off, so we want them to have as much range as possible. War dogs can hang out over here. Generals can hang out over here as well. Okay. Is that everyone? Yes. Now, let's take all of my infantry and turn off fire at will. We don't want them to waste their missiles, basically. So we want to turn them on intentionally. And then probably guard mode for everyone. Yeah, guard mode for everyone. And then let's turn off skirmish mode for all of my missile troops. Okay. Start the battle. They're drawing up in a big long line, so hopefully they redraw up and go to the lower ground. In the meantime, let me pull up these Basterni in case they do really need to defend this flank. Yeah, looks like they're swinging around to the low ground, which is a very big mistake. On this flank, we just have a lot of Peltas and stuff, so let me get my two generals that are not my main general, bring them over here in case we need to fight off those Peltas if they come to skirmish with us. Oh, this is going to be scary. Okay. These archers already have a shot on these Peltas, these Falksmen. Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, shoot down at these Thracians, or these Falksmen. That's a good target. Let's see how much damage they do from way up there. This is only 16 archers, so not going to be a lot, but it gives us kind of an idea. Well, they're doing some damage. It's not horrible for only being 16 archers. We could shoot at this commander's unit of militia cavalry. Man, we can already reach these hoplites. Should we just try out a volley on them? Let's see. These are the scary hoplites that we want to get rid of. Let's see how effective a volley is from this range. The accuracy will be poor, but the damage will be high. We'll let them fire a couple rounds here. Okay, what's happening with these militia cavalry? They're a little bit annoying, so I'm going to just let these Principes fire some missiles from the high ground at them. See if we can do a little bit of damage, scare them off. We don't want to waste all of our Pila from up here, but we'll let them throw a couple rounds of Pila down. Okay, how much damage have we done to this unit of hoplites? Is this good damage? It's pretty decent. Wonder if there's an advantage to holding your ammo a little bit until they're a little closer, because the accuracy will be better. Not sure. Okay, what's happening with these militia cavalry? Are they firing? Yeah, they are firing. Let's chase them down with my generals units. Just chase them off this hill. They're shaken, so they should hopefully either break or just run away. Okay, let's let these... Well, no, don't fire at will. Fire... Let's have these units of... This unit of 9 archers fire just one of these units of phalanxes down here. We still doing good damage to these phalanxes? I think we're doing decent damage. I think it's worth firing. We've done 5% of the enemy army already. Just keep switching between units. We want to weaken all of them. Let's check on my generals, how they're doing. So they've reached the militia cavalry who are wavering. They've broken. Hopefully they'll just leave the battlefield. I don't want to have militia cavalry running around. I don't like them. Go ahead for these Peltas. Peltas are zero threat to a general's unit, so may as well just chase them off now. They're shaken already. They're broken. Beautiful. More Peltas here. Not too worried about them. Okay, let's see. Let's have my archers fire at these Falksmen down there. They're a unit of 161. And just reassign my generals to these Peltas. Don't want them fighting Falksmen. Let me get them out of there. I don't want them fighting Falksmen, period. I don't want them taking any risks right now. Yeah, just get away from those Falksmen. Just get up here. Could we charge down this hill and defeat these Falksmen? Maybe. But do I want to risk it? Not really. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and fire at will with my Illyrians. Let them just slaughter these units of hoplites. Or whoever they fire at. And honestly, everyone fire at will. We don't want anyone to have missiles left over at the end of this battle because we have the high ground, so we may as well use it. Yeah, there we go. And they're targeting different units, which is what I wanted. I don't want them to only be targeting one unit. There we go. Lots of damage going out. 19% of the enemy army is dead already. This unit of hoplites is wavering, broken, beautiful. General over here, they are getting charged by Thracian mercenaries. Can we get out of there? Do we have time to run? Let's hope this general doesn't die right here. Oh, he's stuck here. Okay, turn on them, try and save him. They're wavering. He might die here. Okay, they broke. Good, good, good. That was risky. What is here? Peltas mostly, some Falksmen and stuff. Just back up for now. Don't risk these generals if we don't have to. Just get out of there. We'll come back for those Peltas later. Okay, we used all of our missile troops. Let's go ahead and have all of these troops skirmish. We don't want to lose all of our archers. You know what? Don't even skirmish archers. Just hide back here. These archers can go up to here. They don't need to skirmish either. Okay, all of our Illyrians used all their missiles, so they can just retreat. Okay, we've killed 30% of the enemy army. And we're out of missiles. So this is what we have. We have to deal with these phalanx pikemen, which is a little scary. I think we should probably go break some more of these troops on this flank that are pretty weak. Mostly these Peltas over on the flanks, and hopefully that will cause morale issues for the pikemen. At least the enemy are very tired. These Falksmen are going to get a couple of hits on my general, but managed to escape. Okay, this unit's broken. This unit's broken, so try and run them down a little bit. Now, we do have some war dogs that we could commit. We could send them on like a unit of Falksmen or something. I mean, we could send them into Phalanx Pikemen, but I think they would probably just die. Let's send them on the Militia Cavalry, because Militia Cavalry can be annoying. This is a commander's unit, and they're probably just going to run away forever from the dogs. The dogs may never catch them, but at least this commander will be out of the battle, and we won't have to deal with chasing Militia Cavalry with our units. So we're going to release the dogs, and then let's get the handlers back up to the top of the hill. Just let the dogs do some damage. They might even break these Peltas as they run to the Militia Cavalry. And I think we want to charge down on... Okay, good. We got the enemy commander. That's good. Okay, where's this unit of cavalry? Okay, we're fighting some Thracians and Falksmen with this cavalry. Okay, they broke. Perfect. So chase these guys down. And then I think we want to use our generals and our Hastati to break these units on the flank here so that we can start pushing around to attack the Phalanx Pikemen from the back. So, okay. War Dogs broke. Let's rally troops. We want those handlers to reform if possible. Okay, get back up here. Let me check on my generals here. They're chasing down, like, basically nobody. So, okay, go get these Thracians. And then we'll run down these Peltas. They're wavering already. Hopefully they break. Perfect, they broke before we even reached them, so we took no casualties. Go hunt down these Peltas. These Thracians are down to 4. Go hunt down these Peltas. We've killed 48% of the enemy army. So we are possibly going to take out this whole army and be able to easily take Bylazora. That would be really nice. Looks like the Phalanx Pikemen are kind of losing their nerve. So let's charge down the hill at them. They're running. They're exhausted, so they should be slower than our pursuing Principes. So let's just charge after them. Keep my general nearby because morale tends to be pretty poor fighting against phalanxes, even when they're not doing well morale-wise. But okay, this first unit broke. Perfect. All right, General, you chase them down. Okay, this is a slaughter at this point. If we can just reach these pikemen, they're all going to break. They're all wavering. We can run them down. This is the power of mountains. Very, very good. This unit of Peltas is down to 5. I think we should reassign this general. Just go charge into these Peltas, try and get some kills on them. Beautiful. Yeah, these pikemen are wavering. They're trying to get their spears down to fight the general, but that's slowing them down, which means they're getting charged in the back by my Principes, so they're breaking. Beautiful, both of these units broke. Oh yeah, this is a slaughter. Let's get my general in here, let him chase down some fleeing troops. How many are left in this unit? Peltas 13. We could reassign this unit. Come on, chase down these fleeing troops. Reassign the infantry to chasing units that haven't broken yet. Alright, beautiful. Let's speed this up a little bit, not quite triple game speed. Still want to make sure that we're getting everybody. But we should be able to get everybody. We've killed 75% of the enemy army already. We just need to get to 85%, and then this will be a victory. Okay, let me send my main general to fight these units down here, because he needs to get a lot of kills, because he's kind of bad. He's been feeling gloomy lately, so we want him to get a lot of kills. Go hunt down these Peltas. Beautiful. He's wrapping them up pretty well. And let's continue the battle. Let's actually get these Basterni to leave alone the fleeing troops. Just let this general get as many kills as possible. There we go. You're so brave and so strong, and you're not feeling gloomy at all. You're feeling so confident and happy. Yay, he's getting experience. He's so scary. Everybody tell him he looks very scary right now. Hopefully gloomy doesn't turn into, like, bloody or something, but anything to improve his mood. Maybe he's a pacifist. Maybe he's gloomy because he keeps killing people. He's like, I don't like this. Can we get him up to Silver Chevron of experience? I don't think so. Because he's already gone up 1 experience this battle, but you never know. Last couple guys here. Good job. Whew, that is a lot of blue. I didn't realize it was this bad. Okay, so the Thracians killed 27 of us. We killed 3,088 of them. My generals gained 1, 1, and 2 experience each. My archers gained experience. Yikes. Ooh. That was nasty. That was not even cute. Like, that was really nasty. Captain Zeeper here is like, what just happened? I love that that wasn't even a heroic battle. That was just a battle. You know, just a clear victory. Killed 3,000 men, took 29 casualties. No big deal. All right. Now, we could go ahead and besiege Bylazora, or we could send some troops to Bylazora and some to Tylos. Just try and get totally ahead of the Brudii in case they're planning on taking Tylos, because Tylos looks like it's barely defended. So how much do we need to take Bylazora? Let's take Placus Mamillus, because he's a 19-year-old. This guy has white hair. He's 57, Vibius Julius, so I don't want to use him. But we'll leave Placus Mamillus with some Principes. And what else does he need for Bylazora? He could buy some mercenaries. Yeah, buy some hoplites. That's good. Let's see what's in Bylazora. Yeah, we'll get a siege tower. And can we, like, see, are there any other enemies? Any armies hiding anywhere? I don't think so. Okay. So what's in here? Oh, we can't tell. Maybe leave at least 1 more unit. So let's leave another unit of Hastati, maybe? Yeah, we'll leave another unit of Hastati. Does that get us over 75 build points? Yes. 75 build points, okay. And I think that's enough to take Bylazora. This army, should we get rid of Captain Zyper first? Will he fight us even? No, he's just a unit of Peltas, so we'll leave him alone. And let's just march towards Tylus. Because if we could get Tylus too and just totally seal off the Brutii from advancing north, that would be really nice. Captain Eptenus. We might have to get rid of you first. Well, we'll see. We'll just push towards Tylus and they'll probably come to us. We can buy some more mercenaries, Basterni, Thracians. We'll do that. We don't need any more mercenary Peltas. We've got some more infantry now. Yeah, I like the look of this. Just totally seal off the Brutii to this section right here of Macedonia and Greece. Don't know what Kaiso Brutus is doing over here. They're not about to declare war on me because they can't yet. No one's close enough to being able to declare war. So they're just committing a full stack army to hanging out next to Salona. And a pretty decent army in Apollonia too. I don't know why these guys aren't going out into the world and doing something. Same with the Scipii. I mean, they have Carolus, Capua, Messana, Lilybaeum, and Syracuse. And that's it. I have 19 regions. The Scipii have 5. The Brutii have 8. And SPQR obviously has 1. So I have more cities than the other 3 factions combined. Okay, let's go ahead and bring Captain Luca's reinforcements into Captain Caius's army. There we go. Looking a lot better as far as being able to defend Sardis. Oh, they have 2 units of Pharaoh's Bowmen. Look at this. Missile attack 11, attack 10, defense 13, long-range missiles. Oh. Part of me thinks I will be better off if they attack Sardis, because at least I could get my army inside the city and fight them in the streets where they would be less effective. I think they would be less effective anyways. I don't know. We'll see. Might be better to fight them out in the field, honestly. I wish I had mercenary hoplites so I could at least counter the chariots. Oh well. Okay, let's go ahead and get these siege equipment from this fort, bring it in to Marcus Victor's army in case we want to take Pergamum this turn. If we do take Pergamum this turn, the advantage of that is that we can turn Marcus Victor around and get him back to try and defend Sardis. I think we could get there in 3 turns. But let's go ahead through our announcements real quick. Greek cities have a ceasefire with SPQR, interesting. And Iridium, we completed our Quinquereme. Ooh-hoo-hoo. I want to see it. Oh yeah, let's bring it out into the ocean right over here. And let's use it against the Spanish because they're annoying me. They keep dropping off armies. Stop it, leave me alone. Take a look at our construction report. At Ariminum, we completed a forum. Ooh, Scriptorium would be really nice for getting Herennius the Handsome even better. But we do need a great forum here so we can get up to a foundry. So let's go for a great forum. We want to get 1 foundry before the Marian reforms. At Segestica, we completed our sewers. Let's build... Ooh, what do we want to build here? Let's build maybe a militia barracks? Maybe stables. I don't know. Maybe nothing actually for now. Segestica, let's just not build anything because none of this is very useful right now. Segestica doesn't have enough population or a good enough location to do anything of note. So let's just do nothing with Segestica for now. At Salona, we built a governor's palace. So we're up to a minor city in Salona. Very nice. How much would a shipwright be worth? Always the question. Ooh, extra 300 trade. Yeah, let's go for it. Come on. At Aquincum, we finished our governor's villa. Finally, we're getting a wooden wall here. I have been scared for Aquincum for a long time, but at least we get a little bit of defenses going up. At Carthage, we finished our shipwright. And, ooh, they're not too happy here. Our population's too high. Okay, what we're gonna do, we need to get the public order better. So let me see how much I can improve it by bringing in Luca and by bringing in some infantry. What is it at now? 60%? Oh, uh-oh. Queue up some peasants? Oh my goodness. That brings us to 70%. Oh. Okay, 75% with low tax rate in daily games. I think we need to build an imperial palace here. I think it's time, unfortunately. Okay. I mean, the alternative is we could knock down the Temple of Baal and build some Roman religion, which would help with the culture penalty. But temporarily, it would make public order go down by 10%. which would make us riot. Okay, uh-oh. I think we need to build an Imperial Palace. And I've been assured by my dear friends that this will not cause the Marian reforms to start because this is outside of Italy. And I really hope you guys are right. And if you're messing with me, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, let's go back and unqueue one of these buildings that we're building. Could get rid of the Great Forum at Ariminum. What are we building at Salona? A shipwright? No, that's pretty good. At Quincum, we'll get rid of our wooden wall. We don't need that imminently. And at... Oh, man, we finished so many buildings. But at Carthage, we need an Imperial Palace. So we're going to build it. And that'll be done in 5 turns. And then our public order will be under control in Carthage. I don't want it to riot while we're out invading Numidia. Okay, let's see the other cities that finished buildings but we can't afford to build anything in. Corinth, shipwright, okay. And Rhodes, also a shipwright. Okay. Now here's an option as far as if we want to build some buildings. We could try to sack Pergamum this turn, exterminate the populace, get 15,000 denarii from that, and then build some more buildings. We might want to do that. Let's go through the rest of our announcements real quick. Decius Julius got good commander. Okay. Good for him. Still gloomy. He got bloody though, +1 morale, so that offsets the -1 morale from gloomy, and he is now up to 4 stars of command. So Decius Julius is getting better, finally. And Herennius the Handsome got a Shurugin. Very good. Good for you, bud. Which city expanded? Ooh, Mediolanium just expanded. Let's bring down the tax rate because they're not too happy with me right now. But that's up to 12,000 population, so we can build a proconsul's palace, get up to a large city. That's very nice. Now, Lucius Julius, let's go over here in case they try to take Mediolanium at the end of this turn. We might want to just attack them in the fields. I think we probably will, but we'll do that in a moment. There's a lot going on this turn. Lots going on. We need to fight at Palma. We need to fight at Mediolanium. We need to fight at Pergamum, maybe at Sardis. Let's take a look at our end of turn report. Lost 74 denarii. Could be worse. Honestly, was expecting worse. This turn, we're going to be losing a lot of money. Yeah. Real quick, because this is easy to do, let's take Manius Julius and move him up a little bit, but I want him to at least be close enough that when his move points regenerate at the end of the turn, he can get to Massilia next turn. Don't want to forget that. And let's go ahead and move Captain Quintus around to maybe just hang out on this fleet, because I don't want Captain Tabat to be able to start a battle. Not that it would be a big deal because we have a huge army here, but I want him to stay away from Carthage. Okay, let's try to take Pergamum if we can. I mean, this is not going to be easy necessarily. We might not be able to do this right away, but let's at least take a first stab at it because we do have a lot of siege equipment. We can at least do some damage to the walls, maybe kill some people on the walls. Don't think we would be able to take the city right away because, like, look at it. You know, our army's weak. We have 2 units of Principes. The rest is mostly archers and equites. They have hoplites, militia hoplites, militia cavalry, archers, good stuff. They have 180 heavy cavalry, so definitely not going to be the end of the siege, but at least we can start it, do a little bit of damage with these onagers, see what happens. So we'll start deployment. We have 3 units holding siege towers. I mean, I guess we could try and get like some archers up on the walls. We could try to take the city right now. It'll depend very much on whether we're able to seize the walls, get all of our archers up there, and just do crazy damage from up there. So we'll take, I guess, yeah, our 3 units of melee infantry will hold the 3 towers, but we're going to keep them safe for now, just have them not be committed quite yet. Let's see, what do we want to do? Do we want to try and knock down a portion of walls that has a unit standing on it so we do a lot of damage to them? Maybe. Let's, first things first, destroy gateways and towers, because we don't want any of our siege towers to get messed with. So let's get my ballistas right here. Or no, I'll have my ballistas take out towers and my onagers can take out the gateway. We'll start there. Okay. Onagers go right here. Start the battle. Fire at the gateway. And let's get my ballistas to fire at the towers. Okay. Speed this up. How are we missing shots, guys? The accuracy is so bad on these onagers. You are so close. To be missing shots, that is crazy. How tough is this gateway? Oh my god. Okay, tower 1 is gone. Tower 2. Oh my god, no, this tower's at 44%. Oh, I did not realize how strong these walls are. Jeez. Are you guys just missing too many shots? Is that what's going on here? Get a little closer. I cannot have you missing this many shots. Get like there. Fire. Maybe you guys are missing too. Get a little closer. Okay, fire up the towers. That tower's knocked out. Gateway's knocked out. And the gate is knocked out. Stop firing. Okay. So they do have peltasts here. Do we want to try and hit these peltasts, knock them off the walls? Hoplites here. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can knock down a portion of walls with some troops on it. So we probably want the best units possible on the walls. Okay, let's just... I don't think we should commit to fighting this whole battle right now. Let's just try and do some damage. So we will bring our ballistas and our onagers over here and just knock down a portion of walls with some troops on it, and we'll just go from there. Meanwhile, let's get... Yeah, get over here. Let's get one of these units of siege tower to go over here. Just fire all your arrows at this unit here. We will take some shots from these peltasts, but that's okay. Just fire all the arrows from the siege tower. And draw up... Oh yeah, draw up kind of weird. Draw up like super long tails so that if they throw any missiles at us, they'll miss. Okay, you 3 units fire at this portion of wall. Oh no, back up, back up. No! Who's shooting you? There are archers? There are. Oh my god. Okay. Guys, back up. I forgot they had archers. I didn't realize they were in range. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, so now that you guys are lined up like idiots, line up like idiots right... Oh, go up to right here. Lined up like idiots. Like that. No. Like that. There we go. Is it stupid? Yes. Might it work to guard us from the missiles from this unit of peltasts? Maybe. Yeah, they're firing all their missiles. Gonna take out some hoplites. And we're guarded from the peltasts, kind of. They're really only gonna kill a couple of them, but... at least get a couple kills. Maybe get a little closer. Stop firing for a second. Fire from point blank. There you go. Now, okay, you guys can fire again. Fire at this wall. We'll hold off with the ballistas for now. Just let the onagers get some shots in. And then let's get the next tower ready. Go over there, and then you go over there. You guys, bring your tower back. Okay, we didn't manage to kill this unit that was on this portion of walls. That's okay. Onagers, get out of the way. Let's get these ballistas up here to knock down this portion of wall. And let's bring up this next siege tower to right here. Actually, we can bring the 2 siege towers up here, just side by side. I think that'll work. Okay, last couple shots of ballista bolts are going in. Do a little more damage. Then let's bring up the Cretans to over here. Don't want to get them in range of the enemy archers. Actually, fire off the archers. We want to get rid of the archers. Archers are annoying. Because we're long-range archers, so we can hit them when they can't hit us, even though they have the high ground. Okay, now you guys are both... You should be in range over here. You guys doing good damage? I mean, not great damage, but that'll be effective. They'll do something. Okay, this whole unit of archers is gone. Take out this archers next. This is beautiful. Problem solving with Cretans. Nice. Okay, that unit of archers is gone. Now, fire at these peltas. If we can get rid of all of these peltas and archers, we could use our normal archers too. Because then they won't have any missile troops because we took out their towers. Okay, these guys are now out of arrows. So we'll just have them hang out here. We can use them to take the walls in a minute if we want. So go over there. Well, I guess you don't want to risk getting hit by this tower, but just hang out like... Yeah, right there, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna use the rest of our Cretan's arrows. Beautiful. Get to safety. Now let's bring up my normal archers. Just bring up all of these archers to right here. Anyone they can get a shot on, just fire. They might take a couple of hits from these peltas. Like there's literally one peltast here. But he'll die. And then they can just fire at will at whoever they want, if they have a shot. So they're shooting these hoplites over here. Beautiful. Love to hear that sound. This is crazy. Nice. There we go, using our resources. We may not have all the advantages, but we're gonna certainly have some of them. Okay. Now, let's stop this for a second. Let's not use all of our ammo, because we might want to get some troops on the high ground. So yeah, a couple of units of archers stop firing. And let's let the rest of our archers fire all their arrows to weaken these hoplites. And then let's try and get some archers up on the walls. So if we can seize the walls, get some archers up here, we might be able to do some damage to the enemy generals. Still not probably going to win this, but at least we can do some good damage. Okay, these units have used all of their ammo, so we'll have them all just hang out at the back here with the Cretans. Now, let's get our Principes up on the walls. So, seize this portion of walls. You guys get up to this portion of walls. They should be able to beat these hoplites on the walls here. They're down to like 70 strength between the two of them. But if we can turn this remaining tower that we haven't knocked out yet, we can maybe do some damage to the general's units down here. And once we've killed all the troops on the walls, then we can use our archers up here. We could send our other hoplites over to here to try and fight, but I think we would lose against these hoplites. So let's not do that. We'll just leave them where they are. Actually, bring the siege tower over though, because we might be able to use the archers with them. With that siege tower. Okay, these Principes, go ahead and fight these hoplites. Don't fire at will yet. We will use your Pila a little later. Just beat these hoplites for now. Should be able to win this. Let's bring my general up here just in case for morale. These Principes can charge in from the back and attack from the other side. Okay, they're on the walls. Get over here and fight these hoplites. Just knock them all out. I'm gonna speed this up, let them just fight their way through. How's morale? We're steady. We've turned this wall, or this tower, but that's okay. Not gonna do anything because we've destroyed it. Yeah, it's destroyed, so not gonna do anything. We're just gonna kill these hoplites up here. First unit's broken. Alright, down to the last couple of hoplites up here. So now we've got 2 full units of infantry on the walls. We could throw our missiles down on these generals and do a ton of damage, but that's kind of a waste if we're not going to commit fully to this fight. Let me let them all get up on the walls, and then I might use my Pila, because I mean, we're just right over their generals' units. We could do so much damage right here. Let me tell this unit to go right here. This unit go right here. We want them to hurry up the towers. Okay, why are we taking damage here? Is this from a militia hoplite, or from a militia cavalry? Maybe. Is there a militia cavalry? Yes, there's militia cavalry down here that are doing some damage on us. Okay, let's go ahead and fire at will. Oh my god, stop that, just no. Go over to here. Stop. Thank you. Okay, throw him down to this general's unit. You guys fire at will as well. Do some damage to these generals. Stop running, just throw. Beautiful. Okay. Now, real quick, let's turn this tower, and let's get some archers up here. You guys use this tower, then we'll get another unit of archers to use the other tower. Let me real quick just get my Principes over to here, and then we'll get some archers up onto the walls here. Now, if the generals try to flee to get to the city center, they're going to go by this tower and take some more damage. This unit is taking some shots from the militia cavalry below and the peltasts below, but that's acceptable. I'm just going to sit here and tank it. I want them to use all of their missiles. That's fine. We really don't have any need of strong infantry up on the walls here. At this point, it is about the archers. And let's keep moving the Principes down the wall here, just turning all of these towers in case any generals' units run down this way, so they have to take maximum damage. And also just to get out of the way of the archers. We want to get all the units of archers up here. We don't want to be here all day. We would just want to get up here, do our damage, and then if we need to flee the battle, we can flee the battle. But I want to do maximum damage before then. Matter of fact, just go all the way around, turn all these towers, just for good measure, just in case it gets useful. Let's get the other units of archers over and ready to use the towers. Same with these slingers, we're going to use them as well. And let's get our archers up here. Okay, these archers go... Let's send them to right here. Okay, what's happening here? This tower is firing at enemies. Good. Okay, see, there we go. So these militia cavalry were trying to do some damage to my Principes by just shooting at them, and these towers are in turn doing damage to the militia cavalry. There we go, nice. They're going to take a ton of damage, especially if they flee this way past all the other turn towers. They're going to take a ton of damage. Okay, let me check on my archers. How are you guys doing? Okay, you guys drop over here. This unit is meant to drop over there. Okay, archers, are you guys all up here? They don't really like cooperating with what you tell them. I think they're upset with how many troops are on the walls right now. So let's see if we can get the Principes over more to over here, just so they're out of the way. So we can fit one full unit of archers up here. Okay, this unit is now in position, so let's get some shots in on the general's bodyguard. Guard mode enabled, so they're not going to chase. And let's just turn them to fire at will. They can fire at whoever. Actually, no, don't fire at will. Fire at the generals. This unit of archers, once they're all up here, they can start firing as well. This unit is in position, but they're kind of being awkward. So let me get them out of this corner, and then just tell them to stop moving. Go right there. One enemy general is dead. We're doing good damage. Okay, Principes have come off the walls, which is not at all what I wanted. Guys, can you get back up on the walls? All right, are they done with trying to engage us? I don't think so. I think they're going to keep being stupid up here. So let's get some shots into these peltasts. I want to get more archers up here, but they're not happy with how many troops are up on the walls right now. So we're going to hold off. Okay, you can reach these militia cavalry. Maybe even hit a general's bodyguard and get them to come over here. Okay. Okay, how much damage have we done? 71% of the enemy are dead. Okay, let me look at what's left. Oh, they have some ballistas. Okay, didn't remember that. They've got some basically totally destroyed units, some very weak generals units. And really, most of their strength that they have left is these hoplites up on the walls here. So, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's get my Principes over here and my archers to come over here. They don't have a ton of ammo left. Man, I want to get more archers up on the walls that have more ammo. So, okay, you guys, any archers on the walls can now fire at will. Just shoot at whoever you see. Ooh, actually, fire at this general's bodyguard. They're down to 15. Another enemy general's dead. Shoot at this great cavalry. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, just fire at will. Whoever you want. Beautiful. Okay. Now, I'm going to send my archers down here. They're not really at any risk right now because there's no one to come fight them. And I just want to get them out of the city so we can just replace them with better archers. Same with these Principes, just get down here. We have archers up here that have basically full stack of ammo. So let's get them up the tower. This unit still has ammo, this unit still has ammo. Okay, we'll get some slingers up here though. So how do we want to do this? Okay, you guys get out of the city. You guys get out of the city. Honestly, I did not think I was going to win this battle right away, but hey, we managed to take the walls, and from there, archers on the walls are deadly. So bringing this many archers, I thought was going to be a mistake. I thought we were going to need more heavy infantry, but it ended up not being necessary. This unit of archers, let's get them, I want to get them over here to this portion of wall so that we can shoot across at these hoplites and try and get some damage on them. Okay, go ahead and fire. Let's see if you can get some shots in. Nice. And what's great is if they try to run off the walls, they will just be on the low ground and they'll be taking even more damage. Whew. Oh my goodness, they're taking damage. Almost this whole unit's gone. Okay, yeah, this battle is won, basically. There's nothing else they can do. Yikes. Okay. Let's bring in some Equites and just see if they can finish off this battle. We'll bring them in over here, and we will go around this way since there are no towers left. Yeah, just go to right there. With this infantry, I will continue turning towers to just pave a clear path. And the great thing is if this unit, which is some of their last strength, if it moves at all, they will be in range of these archers and they will die. Man, this is a crazy path we have to take through the city to get to the city center from this side. You gotta go all the way around through here. "15 militia cavalry here, should not be a big deal. Go get them, boys." These Greek cavalry. Okay, now we just have to wait out 3 minutes. Only unit left is these militia hoplites over here, and I think the ballistas over there, but they're not going to leave the walls because they would die if they did, so just gotta wait a few minutes and then we win. There we go. Battle won. Let's go ahead and end the battle. We killed 955 of them. They killed 118 of us, mostly just some Principes. Nice, easy victory. Pergamum has fallen, and we're going to go ahead and exterminate the populace. They're very unhappy with us. We're very far away from our capital, and we can't afford to leave a bunch of troops here. We need the money, so yeah. For many reasons, we are exterminating Pergamum. Brings us down to 6,000 population, which isn't ideal, but that's okay. And, all right. We will go ahead and repair everything, bring down the tax rate, and with that, the Greek cities have been destroyed. Every true Roman will rejoice to see the overthrow of these people. Our followers have done well in wiping out this dangerous foe and threat to Rome's glory. Oh yeah, 20 regions controlled. I like the look of that. Obviously, we no longer have to have peace talks with the Greek cities. The faction has been destroyed. This mission is no longer relevant. Harsh times demand harsh measures. The people have been put to the sword and now understand the price of defying Roman power. Okay, so now that we've defeated the Greeks and taken Pergamum, let's bring Marcus Victor with some reinforcements back to defend Sardis. So how do we want to do this? I mean, how much can we spare? Let's go ahead and repair any troops that took casualties. And we'll just leave behind the battered troops, and we'll take the full strength troops. So take the full strength Equites, take the full strength archers, maybe leave one behind in case we get attacked. Bring the Cretans, bring the hoplites in case we need to fight those chariots. And can we bring one more unit of Principes? Maybe. Okay, let's retrain these troops. We'll build... What do we want to build here? Maybe mines. Mines are always good to have. These ones are only worth 200, but that's okay. And then we'll queue up some archers in Pergamum. Yeah, that'll be good. So that gets us to 75% public order. Is this enough of an army to defend Sardis? I think so. So we'll go ahead and bring Marcus Victor and his little half-stack army over into this hitbox of Captain Pyracades, just so next turn we can move past the hitbox, hopefully not get caught on Captain Sauromades, and we can relieve Sardis. And now that we've sacked Pergamum, we have a good amount of money. So there were some places we wanted to build things. Rhodes was one of them. Let's build a stone wall here. We'll build an archery range as well. I like to leave Rhodes with a good garrison of a couple of archers and a stone wall, just because Rhodes is a pretty important city and you don't really have a lot of troops nearby usually. You don't have a lot of troops at Halicarnassus usually. So I don't want to lose Rhodes just because we're not defending it. At Corinth, we should build some sewers. We're working on population growth rate, so we want to get that going up. At Mediolanium, we'll go ahead and queue a proconsul's palace. We won't start working on it until we free Mediolanium, but I think we're going to do that in just a moment here. So we'll get that queued up. And where else? Anything else we need to build? Oh yes, at Aquincum, we were going to build some walls. So we'll build some walls there. That leaves us with a little bit of money left. Anything else we want to do? Don't think so. By the way, let's take a look at this army that's besieging us at Leptis Magna. We're gonna lose that. I think we're going to lose Leptis Magna. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Because, I mean, we could bring reinforcements from Carthage. How many turns away would we be? Maybe. But we can't really bring reinforcements until we finish our Imperial Palace. Let's put reinforcements in Thapsus. I don't think we're going to be able to save Leptis Magna, though. We're just going to have to take it back. This is kind of how it's going to be with the Egyptians. They're going to win some battles against us because they are scary. Their chariots, phalanxes, they don't play around. So we'll have to just take Leptis Magna back. I don't think we can save it. But real quick, I know we're getting a little bit long. It's been kind of a long episode. I've been trying to keep them shorter. But real quick, let's just kill Captain Cacomatus because I don't like to end a part with anything still to do in the turn. So go ahead and attack Captain Cacomatus. Lucius Julius, he's okay. 1 star of command. He's got a good amount of decent infantry, at least. Captain Cacomatus has a ton of warbands, so he outnumbers us by a couple hundred men. But we have better quality troops and we have a general, so we should be okay to win this. Oh my god, it's in the forest. Okay. Let's wait and try and at least have the fog pass. Is the fog gone? I think the fog is gone. Okay. Oh my god, I hate fighting in the woods. Should we just run away? No, we're Romans. We can't run away. We're not allowed to. Okay. So let's get a couple units of Hastati to form a side of the line over here. A couple more units over here. Some Principes over here. And some barbarian mercenaries just guarding this flank here. I'm sure they're going to draw pretty wide because they are Gauls. We'll put our cavalry on this flank in case we need to defend over here. Put my general right behind the front lines, just right there for maximum morale support. And then we'll get my archers and we'll put them right here. We want them to be close to the front lines. Okay. Anyone else we need to place? I don't think so. I think this is a pretty good positioning. Let's go ahead and turn on fire at will and guard mode for my infantry. Turn off skirmish mode and turn on guard mode for my archers. And let's go ahead and start this battle. Now what I'm hoping for is that since my general is the only unit that's not hidden, they will think that I'm really weak and they will charge at us because they can only see one unit. Right now, none of their troops are hidden. One of my troops is not hidden. So I think they're gonna just hopefully target my general and try and charge him, which will give us a chance to get a good amount of Pila and arrows in and fight them hand to hand, which is what we want. So let me try and get my reinforcements to join us if they can. I don't know if they'll make it in time, but okay, so enemy commander is charging in first. So let's not use all of our Pila on the commander. We'll use our archers, and then if we need to fight them hand to hand, we can do that. But they should take a good amount of damage from my archers. We're also going to do some damage to my Hastati, shooting them in the back. But hopefully we can maybe even kill their commander here. Let's... we'll enable fire at will with one of these units. This unit is also going to get some Pila in, so we should maybe even break this unit. Let's go ahead and enable fire at will on the other units now that we are going to have a battle on our hands here. And so hopefully we can get some Pila in. Stand strong, men. We just want to cause breaks on the enemy, and we want to not get completely encircled. Looks like they are trying to encircle us slightly. So maybe we should change the angle of this unit before it's too late. Yes. Draw up more defensively. Cavalry, stay hidden for now. The dogs are not running into position. Okay, now I've got my dogs running up to join us. These two units, I want to get ready to use Warcry on them. If they try to charge us, we will use Warcry. How's morale? Okay, we've got some troops that are shaken, so let me rally troops and bring my general a little closer. These guys, I'm going to use Warcry so I don't have to keep babysitting them. They can defend themselves. Over here, what's happening? Okay. These Principes are getting ready to fight these mercenaries. Okay, archers are still just firing away. My cavalry is still hidden. But I don't want to get them involved yet. I want to get them involved when it's time to pursue the enemy. Speaking of, let's get my smaller unit of cavalry over here in case the front line breaks first, which I could see happening. Okay, how are we doing? I think as long as this is like a protracted battle hand-to-hand, we'll do better than they will, because we have better troops. Okay. Reinforcements are almost here. Are all my flanks doing well? Yes, they're not really fighting us. Okay, we've got some troops that are shaken here. We have a break. That's not good. Okay. Rally. Come on. Let's get the reinforcements into here. Plug this hole. These units are wavering. Okay, charge into this warband with my general. Cannot have a mass rout happen here. I don't think we're going to do very well here with my general, but just to keep morale high, we need him to be fighting. Okay, back up a little bit so we don't lose my general. Reinforcements are almost here. Okay, reinforcements are here. Can we rally troops again? Not yet. Okay, more reinforcements are here. Good, we have one enemy break. That's going to help a little bit. Come on, rally troops. Use Warcry. Get in here. We have a lot of breaks on this flank, so let's bring the infantry that are on this flank to reinforce. Charge into the side of this warband with my cavalry because we really need the reinforcements right now. Okay, we're still shaken over here. War dogs are almost here. Okay, we have a break. Our cavalry broke on this flank. Might not have been a good idea to use them, but let's commit the war dogs. They will take their place. Come on. This unit reformed. Let's get this unit of Astadi back up here to the front line. We have another break. Enemy commander is right here. He's down to 8. If we can kill him, that will help with morale, which we really need because we're getting a lot of breaks right now. Rally troops again. Charge into these barbarian mercenaries. We have kind of a mass rout going on right now. Come on, guys. Let me get my troops that are doing really well to fight over on this flank. Come on. Back up a little bit. Cavalry has reformed. Get them in over here. General, just don't die. Enemy commander has died. That's good. Come on. Just stay alive. Reinforcements are coming. The war dogs are helping. Got some troops regrouping. Okay, let's get them over here. Beautiful. We have some enemies breaking now. Get my general in here. Okay, mass rout. Oh my goodness. Can we pull this off? Can we pull this back from the brink? Chase them down. Oh my goodness. I am in shock. Guys, I did not think I was going to pull that back. Okay, we've killed 85% of them. We only need to get them to 85% for them all to disband. Wow. That was so close to a loss. I'm sure we're going to take a lot of casualties, but man, I'm just glad I pulled that back. Okay, get a few more kills if you can. Let's get my general to get some more kills. Nice. Nobody escapes. Beautiful. Okay, go ahead and end the battle.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of
Okay, we lost 661 men. Definitely a lot of casualties. Don't usually have breaks happening like that, but we are fighting in a forest. So, okay. Trade increase, we got good commander for Lucius Julius. I think he deserves that. I think he did some very good commanding. I'm proud of him. He was very brave. Whew, that was stressful. Okay, let's get our troops back into Mediolanium for repairs. And build another unit of Equites I think we need, because we're basically out of Barbarian Cavalry Mercenaries now. Man, well done, Lucius Julius. That was impressive. Okay, and let's actually get him back into Mediolanium, because he's a good manager. So that'll help with our income in Mediolanium. Let's just get all of our troops into Mediolanium for now. Wow, that was an exciting end to the episode. Okay, so Mediolanium is secure. Empire is growing. The Greeks are out of the game. We're on our way back to defend Sardis. We're up to 20 regions. Things are looking up in the world. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all are doing well, and I'll see you next time.